Okay. All right, let's get started. Just 1 second here. Hey, Random Chef. Yeah, glad you liked it. I hope I was helpful. If you want another replay reviewed, you can fill out the form. I think in Twitch I have it on the bottom side of the thing. So yeah, you can fill it out there if you want it. Thanks for the follow, man. All right, we're going to play one game while people join in, and after that game, we're going to go into the replay reviews. So yeah, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Let me fix the camera. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, we're going to do one game, and after that one, we're going to start reviewing. At 6:30 for this? Holy shit. Nice, man, nice. We have quite a few responses this time. On the forum, so yeah, let's play one game. Let's see what do we want to do. Let's just start with let's try to get a win with the Ayurveda build, and after that one should be a quick one. After that one we'll get the replays going. You need to skip that season? What do you mean? The upcoming season? Oh shit. Mongols is a pain in the ass. This is going to be interesting because Mongols... He can tower rush my... He can tower rush my... Where's my gold? Oh my god, I have forward berries and forward gold. That's going to be amazing. Not good. Hey Flaco, how are you doing? So yeah, for the people that are just entering the stream, I'm going to do one game while people are getting into the stream, and after that we'll get into the reviews. So yeah, let's see how we do against this. Against this Mongol player. Let's see if he's going for a barracks opening. It seems like he's on a lot of food, so I don't think he's going for a barracks, which is good for me. because I don't want him to deny my gold. Okay, his guy is here, so there should be sheep this side. Wow, his pawn is amazing. Gold. And wood protected. Where is his stone? He could even build the Ubu here if he wanted to. But wow, his stone is like right here or what? He doesn't have a stone? Or am I crazy? What's going on? Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. Does he not have a stone? Yeah, my spawn is absolutely terrible. I'm gonna have to tower here or something later because the Camel Rush? Yeah, the Camel Rush, it is an extremely good build. It's my favorite build right now. The bad thing about it is that you do need to micro a lot. It is very micro intensive. If you don't micro your stuff well, you can lose a dervish or two, and losing a dervish or even a desert raider. Losing a desert raider is already bad. Losing a dervish is just you just lost your rage up. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen to us right now. It does require a lot of practice. We got a lot of sheep though. 13 sheep, that's like 7 more than... There's only 20 sheep on this map, so that's a lot. Let's scout with dervishes. How many do we have there? 8? Let's see what he's doing. I think he's here. Yeah, he's here. So that's where I'm going to go. Oh yeah, he has stone right there. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And he has archers, okay. Okay, let's build a couple of these just so we can get the age up. Sorry, the... And let's start poking him. He does have a lot of archers, so that is a lot. I'm not going to make any more camel raiders because desert raiders, sorry. Ooh. Okay. He's going for a lot of stuff. Now I gotta run. I might even go for a second tower actually. I don't wanna be caught off guard. Okay. Let's speed build this. Oh my god, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I do not want to lose that. Okay. Let's do one of these. And let's start pumping horsemen. Okay. Great. Let's just keep building. Okay, for now we're fine. You just need to hold here. Okay. Very good. We didn't lose that much. And now we are going to be able to have camel lancers. Okay, he's going back, which is good for me. And now I have knights, so now we're good. We just need to get him off food, and then we should be alright. I think this is enough to just destroy him. Maybe I went way too quick. Yeah, I went too quick. That was not good. But it's fine. He's still stuck in the feudal age by the looks of it. And I have a few dervishes to heal myself. Seems he didn't see me. Let's do this just in case. I'm starting to get out of food though. Okay. We're pretty good for now. Now let's shoot ball here. Once I have all my guys healed up, then we go. Okay, let's go. He should be going up right now. So let's not let that happen. Should be here. Ooh, I forgot my blacksmith. Now that I think of it. He's out of wood. That is fine. And now we need to go. Okay, that's a lot of spearmen. It's not. Do that. And that's his foot. Okay, perfect. I keep losing units. Not good. transition into archers. What is this guy doing? Okay, we lost a lot there as well. That's fine. Let's keep going. I think he's having trouble responding from two sides. Now what I want to do is just keep raiding until I have control. He should be getting out of gold soon. Let's see if he's here. He's not. And now he's chasing my units back there. And what we can do now is build a bunch of sprinkles. Let's grab that. Oh, we are five relics. Oh, these guys are very long distance mining. Let's grab that. I'm going to build a market actually, just to get rid of all that gold that I have. Okay. Oh my god. Hey, let's try again. We don't want to give him too much space. Okay. This should be enough. Yep. GG. Okay, let me read you guys for a second. I love playing KT, so looking forward for your KT guide on that. I'm actually thinking about doing one. I think maybe not next week, but the week after. I'm thinking of something pretty cool, but I have to test it. Still haven't actually tested it yet. Keep losing one desert raider. Yeah, you have to be extremely cautious with your micro when you're doing this build. This build is extremely micro intensive. You cannot lose absolutely anything. So yeah, can dervish self heal? They can heal themselves with the aura heal, but they cannot target themselves. Just like a monk can't heal himself. So yeah, if you have two dervish, that's why two dervishes is so strong, because they can heal each other pretty fast. And the aura, I think, stacks as well. So yeah. Oro, madera y piedra juntas. ¿Qué clase de hack es ese? Sí, tenía el spawn de los dioses. I mean, his spawn was absolutely incredible. He had stone here, he had gold, he had wood. I think this was deer stones, and he also had like a big stone right here and two back golds. Like, he couldn't have gotten. This is amazing. The spawn he got, it's just unbelievable how well his spawn was. He also had a stone here, but I was able to deny that, and his deer was also here. This is also his deer. Look where his deer is. He had an amazing spawn. So yeah. They die easily to arrow fire. The Desert Raiders, yeah, that's why he had so many at the beginning. I wonder if he was blind countering me, or if he was just going for a quick push. But I had a good call by making the towers early, so he couldn't push with the towers there. And the good thing about going with the stables is that you can just build horsemen instead of Desert Raiders, and the horsemen actually helped me defend pretty effectively. His feudal stands no chance against your castle units. Yeah, it does not. But he just had way too many units, and I went in too quickly at the beginning. So yeah, I did lose like a couple of fights because I had way too few units. But after I had 5 relics and the 3 sacred sites, it was just GG. And yeah, I did forget the blacksmith. Siege and camels is such a solid comp. Yeah, it is amazing, because even if I didn't make archers, right? Even if I didn't make archers, I can just keep making camels or desert raiders, and I can build what's it called? Springles with them, which are extremely cheap, by the way. Like right now, I could have built like 7 more Springles. And the Springles deal with the spearmen pretty effectively. When I fast castle with Japan, an enemy has spearmen and I have Yumi and mounted samurai, should I go Springles? I mean, you don't have to go Springles. I only went Springles here because I already have the ability to build them on the siege, on the camp, instead of by building a siege workshop. So I only went Springles there because of that reason, and because I didn't have any archers. But if you have enough Yumi and mounted samurai, you can do the micro like I did right here, which is charging, and if they have spearmen there, I go back instead of finishing the charge. And meanwhile, the archers are just dealing damage to his spearmen. And I just keep going back and forth until his spearmen are all dead, or are just way too little spearmen, and then I just go with the camels or the knights, and then everything just dies. So yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see the resources. Yeah, he had better eco than me for a while, but then when I got the 5 relics and I started doing damage to his eco, then it just snowballs from there. So yeah, it seems we already have a lot of people waiting, so let's see. Let's start picking the replays. Give me just 1 second. Where is that thing? Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna start picking the replays, guys. Make sure if you want one replay to be reviewed, make sure you fill out the form that's in the description of the YouTube video, or on the bottom side of the Twitch panels. So let's start picking the first ones. We have 7 entries. Wait, give me 1 second. Okay, we have 7 entries, so we're going to pick a number from 1 to 7. And let's see. So number 6, replay number 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So sorry, but I cannot pronounce that. I'm not sure what how to say that, but we'll see if we can find you. Okay, so he says August 24th. There is no August 24th here. Are you in chat? Because if I can't find the replay you want me to say, then I can't review it. Yeah. Okay. So guys, I'm not. If I'm not able to find the replay you want me to review, then it's pretty difficult for me. But okay, let's just try another one, because if there's no replay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Follows local time. Maybe it's by map. The thing is, he didn't put map or matchup either. He just put August 24th. So let's just pick one at random from August 23. Maybe this defeat here. It's probably the one that he wanted me to see, which is Japan against English. Let's see that one. So yeah, I'm just gonna pick one if I don't see that the description is complete. So he's playing Japanese against English. Let me fix the overlay. Okay, there we go. So he's playing Japanese against English, and straight away, Japanese is an extremely good matchup for. It is very good for Japan against English. The reason this is the case is because English doesn't really have good units against Japan. Japan's samurai, the men at arms of the Japanese faction, deal extra damage to enemy infantry. So Japanese samurai actually destroy what's it called? Men at arms, English men at arms, even if they have the armor clad upgrade. So let's see what he's going for. This is actually the English player. He's going for a barracks rush. And right now he made a start. Okay, so this is good. He saw that the English player is going for a barracks rush, so he's getting the gold first. This is actually a good play from him. And I'm not sure if you did this on purpose or not, but this is actually pretty cool, because he tried to put the blacksmith, the forge, under the TC range. I still think men at arms are going to be able to burn that, but that's actually a pretty good play. So he's getting the gold he needs, and he's getting berries first, which is also a good play, because men at arms won't be able to harass him here. That is pretty good from him. But he's actually getting tower rushed as well. Okay, he got 200 he needs, and now he goes back to the sheep. So that is amazing. Pretty good start from Japan here. And English, meanwhile, the bad thing about starting with men at arms is that men at arms are pretty expensive. These are 100 food and 20 gold, which is a lot of, and he's even making more. So his age up to feudal is going to be extremely delayed. But at least he's making a tower here, so he's denying this gold for now. So from here, what Japan should do is just go straight into feudal age, start mining a lot of wood. So the only thing you need right now is wood and food. You don't need gold. And once you do that, then you can go into a few units to clear this. And after you have those few units, you clear this, you go into the gold, and you can go straight up to castle after that. And the units you have left over, you can use them to harass on the other side of the map. So let's see what he does here. He's going up with the Cruel Storehouse. Pretty good. He's still manning. Okay, so now he's 8 on wood and 4 on food. So 4 just to maintain his villager production, and the rest to maybe do build military production buildings. That is pretty good. Thanks for the follow, Dimas. So right now, the English player is using the mana terms to check for other golds. He knows that Japan here is not on gold. So now this is pretty good why he went on berries. So he can the English player can harass his berries with the Vanguard mana terms, but because he went on berries first, now there's only 3 berries left, and he still has a lot of sheep. So this is a pretty amazing start for Japan. But I think he forgot to finish his landmark. Okay, English is going Council Hall. So here's the thing. I actually think this is kind of good for English. Because if you kill Japan early, or if you deal a lot of damage, then you're pretty well set up for later. But if his rush doesn't work, then he's going to be in a lot of trouble, because Japan can maintain his economy a little bit better than English. And if he takes a really bad fight with longbowmen against Yumi archers, the Yumi will be able to just outrun them. Okay, so now he decides to just break it with 1 horseman and villagers. That is a good choice. Because he only had 1 there, he actually didn't lose anything. So now he loses the tower. He's just going to build another one though, but this one actually does not reach the gold. So pretty interesting. This tower here, I think it's okay. He does have longbows. He can put longbows here and kill you here, but you already have units, so this tower is really not necessary. Okay, he goes back from gold. Okay, let's see what he does. Right now, I think he's focusing way too much on horsemen. These horsemen, by the way, right now he's not doing absolutely anything. And you have cavalry, he does not. So this cavalry standing here is doing absolutely nothing. The archers are doing something, they are defending you from longbows. If he goes here with longbows, you will be able to at least defend yourself with Yumi archers. But this cavalry, what I suggest you to do, instead of just leaving them here, is you can place them in between your the army of the English player and the English base. So every time a longbow passes through here, you will be able to pick up the few units that are running towards your base. So imagine you had a horseman here. This guy is dead, then the following guys are also dead. And even if they have like a few spearmen also running, you can just pick up the longbows and keep running away. So he's actually doing that right now, which is extremely good. Let's see if he... But you're losing a lot of archers. These archers should be hidden right here. And losing this many archers for free is really bad. And I think he got distracted by the attack there. And he actually never did anything with the horsemen. Now this guy is actually going to mine his gold, which is pretty funny. He's setting up his farms, which is really good, and he continues to make stables. This is a mistake. These you should have like 3 or 4 archery ranges by now, because the counter to what he has is actually not horsemen, it's Yumi archers. Because archers are massed faster than longbowmen, so you can have more of them. And archers also counter spearmen. So you should have only one stable and a couple of horsemen to tank the longbow archers. And there should be like 3 or 4 archery ranges right now. You don't need gold, by the way. You probably only need gold for your 2 things. So right now, let's see. So yeah, like I said, these horsemen should be here, or maybe they should be here harassing the gold. But right now, I liked the position of the Japanese player before, but right now the English player is just way too ahead, because the English player has a lot of farms. Now he has infinite food for the rest of the game, and Japan is running out of sheep. He already ran out of sheep, but you're actually floating a lot of food and wood. Meanwhile, your opponent is also floating, but not as much. But he also has gold, so his upgrades are going to be pretty good. Is my game in the queue? I'm not sure. Did you fill out the form? I think it might be. The form is in the description, by the way. So if you didn't find it, it's there. I'll check in a few seconds. So yeah, right now he has 13 longbows, 7 spearmen. Yeah, there's I think if you had a little bit less horsemen and more Yumi archers, this would have been a little bit better for you. But also the micro, you're failing a lot at the micro, and you're engaging when you don't have to. Like right now, you didn't kill, I think, a single unit, and you just took a bunch of damage from the longbows. So there's no reason for you to engage into him. Just let him come into you. And yeah, you got 1 spearman there, that's good. And constant archer production. So yeah, he keeps getting cheap damage. You can actually, with this army, I think you could win right now. If you used your archers to target the few spearmen, he only has 6 spearmen right now. So what you can do is just take your archers, shift click each of these spearmen, and then just micro your horsemen back and forth like I explained on the previous game. But these longbowmen will not be able to clear your archers before you clear his spearmen. But yeah, now the problem is you're getting kited way too much. And now he's adding men at arms as well, so probably targeting the spearmen for you is going to be pretty difficult. But yeah, you have 23 Yumi and he has 22 longbowmen. I think you could take this fight if you kill the spearman. All you have to do is surround his longbows with the horsemen that you have, but you keep just moving. Okay, you actually try a surrounder in that time, but now let's take a look at the archers. So your archers are targeting the men at arms. Now he has way too many men at arms, so it is, I think, a little too late. But your archers should have been targeting the longbows all the time. But now you lost all your horsemen for free. So yeah, I think the issue with this game is that you took way too many bad fights, and you kept running into his longbows and just getting cheap damage over and over and over. So now his army is way too large. I can already see that he's never going to age up. He's just going to keep rallying men at arms forward, and probably the game is going to end that way. So yeah, right now it looks pretty bad. You could build probably a tower here so you can save these guys from getting shot by the longbows. But yeah, I think right now he's probably desperate for food. Yeah, he is. Okay, so he didn't actually see that, which is good for you. And now he has runs, which is pretty bad. Okay, so what I suggest to you to do the next time, if you are not confident with your horseman micro, you don't have to make horseman. You can actually make. Well, actually, he did deny your gold, so I was gonna say samurai was going to be good, but you actually don't have gold, so I think you have to just practice your horseman micro. But yeah, for now it is way too late. He has way too many units, and his resources are probably way better than yours. Yeah, he already has like 3 farm packs. He's getting deer. But yeah, the issue was on the early game. You're kiting well right now, and he actually took a lot of damage. But yeah, right now you can actually kill all of these longbows. You're running away for no reason, and his longbows are completely unprotected. But I think it was too late. Yeah, he just has way too many units. But at least the Yumi archers are way too quick for his army to catch up. Oh, he actually never saw this. That's incredible. Interesting. Well, he cleared out a lot of farms. You don't have to rebuild these farms, by the way. If there are no farms on these spaces, the cruel storehouse will put them automatically there after they're destroyed. So no need for rebuilding them around the cruel storehouse, by the way. But yeah, now he's way too ahead. He's just going to upgrade all his units. You feel like you're on a timer, but yeah, I think this game is already done. And now he finds this, so yeah, I think that's GG. Floating gate. But yeah, now he has veteran units. And I think that's probably going to be GG. So yeah, the issue with this game was the start and the micro with your military units. You had a very good start. You had a very good start. You took all the gold you needed to age up. And after that you just went into wood and food, which is the correct play, by the way. You destroyed the tower he did. So then you had a lot of free gold that you could have taken. But then your micro with the units was not there. That was the issue. So you kept running into his longbows and losing units back and forth. That happened like 3 or 4th time, which is really bad. You cannot lose any units if you're getting rushed like that, because the player that has more units obviously is going to be the one that defends the best. Samurai, yeah, I was actually going to suggest Samurai instead of Horseman. But I forgot that he actually didn't have gold. But if he was able to add in Samurai, that would have been perfect, because the Samurai deals with the spearmen and tank a lot of the longbow shots, and then the Yumi archers can clear the rest. But another issue that you did is the horsemen. The horsemen were just standing there in front of your base, doing absolutely nothing. Instead of just going around, you thought about it one time, but then you got distracted on the front of your base, and then you ran your horsemen back. But if you place your cavalry in between the enemy army and the enemy base, then you can keep getting pickups in between. 2, 3, 4 longbowmen deal a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage that he would have taken if your horsemen were on the correct place. And it not only deals damage, but it also makes him think about running back, right? So if he has to defend horsemen, maybe he runs his entire army that's on the front of your base back. And when they run back, then you just retreat your horsemen or just go attack on another point. But your horsemen were just standing on your base the whole time, doing absolutely nothing, just getting picked up by the longbows. And the third thing that you could have done better is just stay on one stable and add in 4 archery ranges. And archery ranges, Yumi archers actually destroy longbowmen. The reason why they destroy longbowmen is because they are way cheaper. Longbows are actually, I think, 15 resources, I think, more expensive than the regular archer. And Yumis are like 20 resources less expensive than the regular archer. And they are made faster. So when they have like 20 longbows, you could have had like 40 Yumis. And the Yumis run faster. So if you take one good fight against the English army, then the whole English army is going to die because they can't run away. The longbows are way too slow. So yeah, it was just a matter of army micro and army decision making. The start was perfect. That was a perfect play. And then the follow-up was also good. You went into food and wood, and you were constantly taking your villagers into the farm, so that's also good. But then you were just taking way too much damage. So yeah, I hope that helps, man. Almost double the cost, yeah. Okay, what was your username again? It was so I can check if the response is here in the form. Let's start picking the next one. So that was number 6, right? Yeah. I'm going to save this username so I can update the thing later. And now let's pick up the next one. So that was number 6. Now we have 8 responses. So let's pick up a number between 1 and 8. We have 8, right? I don't think you're in the forum, right? Are you here? I think you're not in the forum. Okay. So number 4. Number 4 is ColdJustice. Try to fill it again and see if I see it here. If I don't see it here, then I'm just going to pick a number between 1 and 9. And if it's 9, then I'll pick yours on the next one. But for now, we get ColdJustice. He says, any would do. Okay. So ColdJustice. ColdJustice. Okay, so he's a team game player. If he says any would do, I would rather pick up 2v2s instead of 4v4s because they are way easier to analyze. So let's pick up one of these. This one should do. This is a defeat one, right? Let me see if the matchmaking is actually good. Okay, so here the matchmaking, I think it's a little bit more on point. This one you're against 2 diamond players while being plat 1 and gold 3. So this one is probably not worth analyzing. I'm going to analyze this one, which is a little bit more balanced in matchmaking. So this one is probably going to be much better. Hey man, thanks for being here. Yeah, definitely. Just I will update the YouTube description later with all the names that got picked. So you don't have to go through the entire live stream. You just have to see the description. If your name is there, then that means you got picked. So yeah, thanks for being here, man. Okay, let's analyze ColdJustice, who's playing French with a House of Lancaster teammate. Hey Farfar, thanks for the follow. And he's playing against Japanese and Byzantines. Okay. Your composition is good, but it has a few weaknesses. So by composition, I mean French and House of Lancaster. It is good because French knights and geomen are an extremely powerful combo. Much like English and French are an extremely good combo. The reason is because you have the best archers in feudal and the best knights in feudal. But the problem with this composition is that you are both civilizations that rely on sheep. So French needs a lot of sheep, and Lancaster also wants a lot of sheep because they actually have a sheep bonus. So the reason, wow, you had an opportunity there, but you didn't take it to kill the scout. The reason why that is a problem is because you are going to run out of food way quicker. I'm not sure if you saw my team game video that I made, I think a couple of months ago, where I explained French plus English combo. The reason why that is so good is because the English player can give all of these sheep. Let's say this was an English player. All of these sheep could have been for the French player, and that is extremely good because now you can keep producing knights, and you don't have to move your villagers from this food source to an outer food source that might be a little bit more exposed. So that is a problem with your composition, but it's still pretty good. That's just one weakness. It's still pretty good because you can buy time. Well, 5 of gold, interesting. You can buy time for the Lancaster player to build up his manners. So it's still pretty good. But now, let's see. I think you need to work on your build a little bit because this is not the most optimal build you can do. You should have been aging up by now, but instead it's taking way too long. So if you want to know a pretty good French build that you can do for team games, I already have a video up on the channel about that. So there's that. But yeah, first thing that I'm noticing here is that you have to work on your build. Let's see what the other guys are doing. So they did a wall here pretty early, and this is the Byzantine player. He's going for berries first, so I assume he's going for Hippodrome. Japanese, interesting, might be going for 2TC. And the Lancaster player is just going to go for the standard manor boom. I forgot to clear the OBS thing. Okay, it shouldn't be zoomed in. I think it should be fixed right now. So yeah, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so right now, knight. Okay, so you definitely need to look up a build. It's what I'm looking up here because you're floating 400 gold at before 5 minutes, which is extremely bad. And this is what I talked about. You already have to go out on outer food resources because you didn't get enough sheep. Imagine if, I don't know if you know this guy, by the way. I don't know if you guys are pre-made. But something I always tell French players is that even if you don't know your teammate, always ask them for sheep. Always ask them for sheep, even if he's a Lancaster player, it doesn't matter, because you are going to need them more. French players always need sheep more, so always ask for sheep, and you can avoid doing things like this. Now you don't have food even for villagers, so that's a problem. Okay, your knight is coming this way. You're probably going to get one pickup. Pretty good. And you did see it, so that's pretty amazing. Your guy here is just standing there idle with 3 sheep. So yeah, you always have to avoid getting out of sheep. Okay, now you're using your gold, which is good. And now let's see the knight micro. You got 1 charge in, and your opponent is already making spearmen. You could go back, right? You don't have to go back to your base. You could have go around and got a kill here. So always try to take advantage of those opportunities. And by the way, your scout, these guys here, I think I'm going to give you the same counsel. I'm not sure what the word is. But I'm gonna say the same thing that I said for the previous guy. Advice, yeah. If you have cavalry, you don't want to have your cavalry standing in your base. You always need to have your cavalry on the other side of the map, especially if you are French, because the strength of French in team games is that you have amazing control over the map. You have the best cavalry units in the game. But if you have them standing by, let's see the micro here. Okay, you actually cancel the charge in order to kill the spearman. That was pretty good micro, so good by you. But your cavalry should always be on the other side of the map, getting map control. Okay, pretty good. But you went there for an A move, and that's why one of your knights went back into the spearman. So you have to be very careful of that. Instead of A move, you can just click on one of the villagers, and that way your knights are not going to get caught by the spearman. Your opponent here is really not producing that many spearmen. He only has 4. Now the geomen are going to help you out. And this guy, I don't know what he's doing. I thought he was going to TC, but actually not. And now something else. Look at your resources. You're floating to 2,000 resources. This is not good. So you have 6 villagers on wood, which is fine. But these guys should be constructing 2 more stables, for example. With your 300 wood, you could have had two more stables, and you could be producing way more knights than you are currently. So be mindful of your resources. Floating this many resources early, especially as French, is pretty bad. So yeah, I think a little bit more practice is needed here. The ram isn't necessary. I think he could just what's it called? Deny the gold without the ram. You don't need the ram right now. You can just place the geoman here, and that way you deny the gold. By the way, if you are unable to get damage, you are getting pretty good damage in. By the way. You're getting a lot of villagers here and there. But whenever you're not able to get damage in, you can always rotate to other bases. Because right now the Byzantine player is very focused on your units, right? On your units here. Which actually got completely cleaned up. So that was a pretty bad engagement from you guys. But the Byzantine players is very focused on your units here. So let's see their vision. But you can always rotate to the other base. Look at how exposed the Japanese player is, because he feels very safe. But you have cavalry. You can always, let's say your cavalry were here. If you're unable to get damage, then just go around to the other opponent's base. And look at all of these guys that are just waiting to get picked up. And he doesn't have a single tower. He only has these walls, but that's not enough. That's not enough to cover from your cavalry. So that's another advice there that I can give you. Now you're producing knights, but you went into Castle Age way too quick. I think, imagine if you had these two more stables way earlier, and you had, instead of aging up, imagine how many feudal knights you would have had. And again, these knights, they shouldn't be on your base. They should be on the other side of the map, going around looking for damage. You're not in any danger right now, because these guys are just like turtling in their base and doing absolutely nothing. You actually don't have any vision. If maybe you had a scout here, you could have known if you were going to get attacked. But your knights are just standing here doing nothing, which is really not ideal. Okay, so you went into Castle Age. Okay, now you're upgrading them. That's good. And something else that I can tell is that when you go up to Castle Age, you need to have like double the guys on gold than you had before. The reason for that is because you're going to need a lot of gold for upgrade. So you need gold for this upgrade, you need gold for this upgrade, and you need gold for Royal Bloodlines, which costs 500 gold. And this is the most important upgrade you can get when you age up as French. This is actually the reason why you go Royal Institute. So the next time you think about going to Castle Age, the advice that I can give you is take a bunch of villagers, put them into gold, and bank up to, I don't know, 800 gold or something. And immediately after you click this upgrade, because this upgrade takes a lot of time. It takes 1 minute and 30 seconds. So you need to click it as fast as possible. You could actually, you don't need cantled saddles right now. You can take that later. This one is much more important. So yeah, let's take a look. So you keep attacking to this point. Now let's see. Now you're thinking to going into the other base, which is what I mentioned before. That is pretty good. He was thinking of going into castle, and now the Japanese player is in trouble. And look at how far away his army is. I think these many knights, upgraded knights, I'm not sure. I think they might be able to take this army, because these are feudal Limitanei. Okay. This is something I see really often from gold and platinum players. These are spearmen. Even if they were Castle Age spearmen, they will get completely destroyed by these many knights. The rule of thumb is that if you have as many knights as they have spearmen, you will win that battle. So there's no reason for you to run away. You can kill the spearmen and then keep looking for damage. But if you don't kill the spearmen, now more and more spearmen are going to keep coming. And then when they have like 20-30 spearmen, that's going to be a problem. But every time you see little groups of spearmen like this just running around unprotected, you can completely destroy them with your knights. Even now, because these are feudal spearmen, your Castle Age knights will completely destroy them, and you keep running back. That is a mistake. That is a pretty bad mistake. The amount of damage you could have been doing by now is amazing. Now he has cataphracts, and cataphracts are pretty strong, but I think your knights should still have the advantage. So yeah, you lost way too many knights there. So you need a little bit more control over your knights, and you need to be a little bit more confident. Mic muted? Am I not? Can't you guys hear me? I'm looking at OBS right now, and okay, perfect. Yeah, it would have been terrible if I would have been talking all this time with my mic muted. Okay, now you guys are in trouble. Their army is way too big. Let's see if I see. Oh, I didn't know caster mode was not available for team games. Interesting. So yeah, the Byzantine player is starting to get really big, and let's see the income. So the incomes are actually pretty on par across the board, so there's no issues there. I think the problem you guys are having is the composition. So right now you're doing the right thing, which is just build a lot of knights constantly. That is good as a French player. You should have way more stables by now, by the way. So that is something else I can tell you. Look at all the resources that you're floating. That's way too many resources. And none of these production buildings are producing right now. So that is a mistake. But something else is that I think... Okay, he's adding in crossbows right now. But the army from the Lancaster player is actually pretty shit. The Lancaster player right now should have 0 longbowmen. He should have 1,000 crossbows by now. But the reason why you're losing these fights is really not the micro or the army composition, because he does have a few crossbows there. It's actually because you guys, or at least you, are not producing knights. You noticed that you were not producing knights because the Imperial Asia notification alerted you, but this should not happen. There should not be 15 knights on queue from 3 stables. So right now what you should do is take a group of these guys, build 6 more stables or 10 more stables, and that way whenever you have a lot of resources banked up like this, the knights will just go out much quicker. Now you're in defense mode, which is a problem as French. You don't want to be on the defensive as French. And their army composition is just way too good. Okay, so you used your resources to age up. That is, I mean, it will help you survive for now, but this is a mistake. Aging up without gold is pretty much like not aging up at all. Because if you go up to Imperial Age and you don't have any gold, then you cannot do absolutely anything. You cannot get any of the elite upgrades or any of the university upgrades. So yeah, that is a mistake. And your army is pretty small. Look at their army compared to yours. Yeah, this right now, this should be GG right now. But because the enemy doesn't have the map awareness or maybe the decision making, they could just move towards one of your bases and win the game right now. Their army is way superior. Instead, they just want to play SimCity, it seems. Now the Lancaster players' army is pretty good, but it consists mainly of spearmen and longbows, which is not the composition that you want to have right now. You guys should have like 1,000 crossbows, but instead he's building geomen, which is not the correct play. The geomen might be good for the Onamushes, but look at the rest of the army. Like geomen are not going to do anything against cataphracts, against javelin throwers, and against camel riders. Trade is starting to pop out. Now you want to go this way, but this is way too late. And now you're building spearmen and crossbows. This is not the composition that you want to have as a French player. You can go crossbows and knights. That is something I like more. Yeah, Spears as French is the sign of defeat. But yeah, this is why it is so bad to go into Imperial this quick. But at least now you have some siege. Yeah, this Lancaster army is just way too bad. That's going to die immediately. Yeah, the Cataphracts just charge in because you only have Geomen. They are going to get completely destroyed, and now their army, your army gets completely surrounded in this choke point. Yeah, look at the Lancaster army. That it's already evaporated. Also, you need to be kiting. Like, you just A-moved there and you just hope for the best. But if you're going to go into a fight like this, you need to kite. And now that's just GG. Let's speed it up because they probably take a while to win because they want to play Sin City. But after that it's just GG. You guys don't have any army. And they are pretty much pop cap. So let's just wait for this to finish. So while this finishes, in conclusion, what can I tell you from this game? You need to work on your build. It seems like you don't have a established build. You don't have to look at the one I have on my channel. There are thousands of French build orders on YouTube. You can look up one of them and practice that, because it seems like your build order is not well practiced or established is the word. So you had a lot of idle time from your TC, you had a lot of idle time from your stables. Even now you only have 3 stables. This is pretty bad as French. You always have to keep adding in stables. And you need to spend your resources. You don't have enough knights. Instead of spending your resources, you're aging up, and that is not the play that you should do. If you have resources, you should just make a bunch more military production buildings and keep making units. But aging up, I am pretty sure that is never the answer. So just keep working on that, and you will be fine. You had very good micro with the knights against spearmen at the beginning. I saw that you canceled the charge, so you can kill the spearman with the regular attack. That is a pretty good thing that you can do. But besides from that, yeah, just practice your build and spend your resources. And don't be afraid of feudal spearmen. If you have a ball of 10 knights, you can completely destroy that army pretty easily. So yeah, hope that helps. Okay. Let's keep going. I do see your entry now, Super Saiyan. So let's take a look. So this is you, right? Okay, let's pick a number between 1 and 10. I think you filled the form on the previous form, but this is a new one. So remember to always fill it before the stream, because I cleaned it up every week. So maybe you filled it before I cleaned it up. Is that an ergonomous chair? Yeah, it is. It is really comfy. Okay, let's see, number 9. Okay, number 9 is Ysangrim. So see you there in chat. That's pretty good because I can give you advice live. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be reading the chat. So you're saying here 26th of August. 26th of August, team ranked, Dry Arabia. So I assume it's this one. Okay, so you're playing English, Japanese against KT and English. So this is actually a victory, so that's going to be pretty interesting. So you want me to focus on... I messed up a lot, I think, at the start especially. I need to know what I should have done. I couldn't find a better game than this. I missed a lot on the start. I messed up a lot at the start, so I think that's what you're saying there, right? Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just say I'll just take a look at the build. Hey Barca, how are you doing? Okay, so you're playing English Japanese, which is a pretty interesting composition. It might be, I think, pretty interesting because you don't have cavalry, but they don't have cavalry either, unless the KT goes for Confrere. The opponent English starting farms. I actually don't like this. The reason I don't like this, it does save you sheep, but you don't need sheep. you need to get to the feudal age fast, and this delays your feudal age up by a lot. And once your sheep runs out, then you can make farms. And farms in Dark Age are actually not as fast as in feudal or castle age. So just something there. Okay, so for now you're 6. Okay, 7. And the Japanese player is going for a barracks. This is pretty good. If you're a Japanese player in chat, I always advise you do this, especially in team games, because in team games you can not only harass one gold, but you can harass deer or a secondary gold. Okay. So you're going for a fast castle. But here's the thing. I already have one suggestion. One suggestion for you, and it's this. You're going for farms too early. Just like I mentioned here, you already have 200 gold, but you don't have enough food to age up. If you go for the age up first, I assume you're going up with the Abbey. You could have the Abbey being constructed right now. I am pretty sure in my build I talk about that. I talk about doing the farms after you start building the Abbey. And the reason is because if you do this before you start building the Abbey, then you delay your king by a few seconds. So that is a really minute optimization detail, but I always think that having a knight out earlier is always good, especially in these elos, because if a knight is going to be harassing here by 20 seconds earlier, you are going to do a lot more damage than if you delayed your knight, right? But anyways, that's just something very little that I can talk to you about. So if I remember correctly, from now the build is these two, they will go to gold after they finish with this straggler tree, and the And there should only be 4 on foot for now, and the rest on wood, if I remember correctly. I haven't done this build in a while. But yeah. So now your age up, I changed that because I knew Men-at-Arms were going to be on the field. But Men-at-Arms are not on the field. So it is, I think you don't have to change it. You don't have to change it because even if Men-at-Arms come here, they can only deny your gold, right? And if you have your king earlier, then you will have the king to defend yourself from the Men-at-Arms. Now I think you probably got scared from the feudal age up, and that's why you started aging up with 5. You don't have to. You don't have to age up with 5. All you need to do is use your scout. So right now you have a lot of sheep. I think you probably forgot to leave them on your base, but your scout by around the 4-minute mark should be here, and you only need to react like this whenever you see something with your scout. But right now, if you had your scout here, you would know that there are no barracks from either of them. There are barracks being constructed right now, but from the KT player, which doesn't have, they don't have Men-at-Arms in the feudal age. So all you need to know is just scout, and you would know if you're getting attacked or not. But yeah, for now, you're getting into wood. Now these guys are probably going to get here on gold, which is good. And yeah, this is what I talked about. Even you didn't do it as efficiently as I would like, but you still went up earlier than him. Look at how delayed his age-up is, because he went farms first. Yes, he has free food here and he has a lot of sheep, but why not gather the sheep first? The sheep are gathered faster in the feudal age. So I don't see a reason for going farms that early. Okay, now you have 5, and your Abbey of and your king is aging up. So now the question is, where do you put your white tower, right? If you go white tower, you would put it here. If you went the other landmark, you would still put it here. Because that still defends you a little bit on the gold. Now you're back with sheep. Okay, nice garrison there, but not enough to kill him. And your scout is here. This is a mistake. And the reason is for the same reason I talked about just now. Your scout should be here, looking at what they are doing. Imagine if he went Council Hall instead of Abbey of Kings, but you actually don't have any idea of what he's doing right now, and neither does your teammate. So if he went Abbey of Council Hall, you wouldn't know for a long time, and you would be getting harassed by this time. Obviously you have a king to defend, but actually I think 6 longbows can actually kill a king. Just a fun fact. So yeah, the only advice that I can give you right now is be more active with your scout. Right now it seems like he's chasing the other scout, and you don't have to chase the other scout because you won't be able to hit him. The 2 scouts, they move at the same speed, so you will never be able to catch him. There he turned into the other way, that's why he died, but he could have just went... He could have just kept going and he probably would have survived. Maybe you would have catched him with the king though. But yeah, now you need to be active with your king. Let's see what the others are doing. So 3 military production buildings doing nothing. Pretty good. It seems like your Japanese ally is going for Yumi archers, which is good, but But yeah, I don't think you got one, but this is pretty good. You're denying his gold now. And now look at how delayed. Where is his king? Does he not have a king? Okay, his king is on your side now. And let's see if he decides to suicide his king. It seems like you're pretty occupied on your base, defending the king. Wow, you actually got it with one with one villager. That was pretty good. Pretty nice. But something that I can advise you to do here. This is a pretty good white tower, but it is a very risky one. If he was a better player, let's say he doesn't lose the king. If he doesn't lose the king, you will not be able to construct this white tower. Or if you construct it, you will lose a lot of villagers, or at least a lot of idle time. And something else is that if this guy was sending units your way, he could also catch your villagers making the white tower. What I would recommend instead is that you only go for 8 farms on the feudal age. These farms are not necessary on this mill. You could be gathering the sheep instead to age up, and you could place the white tower here, what I told you before, because right here it still defends your gold. It defends a little bit of your wood line, and it also defends your farms that are this way. So you could have your base a little bit more compact around your TC, and if you build it here, you also have your builder villagers within your TC range. But right now your TC range does not reach the white tower. So right now it is a very good white tower because it is out there. It protects your gold better, and it protects these 2 farms. But in a real scenario where you're getting pressured a lot, I would still advise you to just go a white tower here. So yeah, just hope that helps. Because something else is that right now you're playing against a really uncommon matchup, which is English and KT. Normally, there's always going to be a French on the other side of the map, of the map. Yeah, French is it is the most picked civilization in the game. So if you cannot do this against French, because French will probably have knights going around your base the whole time. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. So now knights, pretty good. And now you have a really good composition because your ally is going for archers and you're going for knights. So archer knight is a pretty good composition. The men-at-arms of the opponent are not doing absolutely anything. So yeah, pretty good. Now your economy is completely set up, so that is amazing. This is what I like about this build, man. Like, look at the economies. There's nothing the enemy can do here. Like, if you wall here... Okay, so something else. They don't have knights here, right? So you don't have to do this. But something I still recommend is to make little walls like this. And that makes it really hard for the opponent to raid you with knights from this side. Because right now, the only side you can get raided from is this side. So right now your ally is actually doing pretty good walls, so no need for that, but just something that I wanted to mention. And now this guy is in trouble. Okay, seems like you canceled the charge there, so be wary of that. I think you could have gotten one villager there with a charge. Okay, like that is perfect. And now the best thing about this is how these guys just regenerate after the fact. That is awesome. But now your ally is getting rushed. Let's see what you do with this information. Okay, you're going back. That is good. And now you have knights and they have a feudal age army. Okay, so this is the thing. I think you're floating way too much food. You should, and your TC rally point. Once you age up to castle age, you can just leave the TC rally point on the wood line, and just leave it there for the whole game. And whenever you need food, which is not now, by the way, you just take people from wood and build farms. But right now, it seems like you're sending the rally point to the sheep. It seems. Yeah, you're doing even more farms. You should be gathering a lot of wood, and whenever you need farms, then you take people from wood and gather. But yeah, now they have feudal age archers against castle age knights, which is not the best. And that is a cleanup, which is amazing. Now let's see the military. Yeah, you completely wiped the floor and you haven't lost almost any units. I think one of these is probably the scout and the other one is the king. So from here on out, I think you guys are in an exceptional position. And this is why knight archery is so good. Like, you cannot charge into this army, but he can clear the spearmen pretty effectively. He's making a mistake on doing horsemen. Your ally should not have a stable. He should have 2 more archery ranges by this point. But yeah, this is pretty good. And now all of these guys are going to start getting healed. Something else that I can advise you is if you have a knight that is really low, like these two, take them off the control group. That is actually a keybind. I'm not sure if you use it. But take them off the control group and just send them to the Abbey. Send them to the Abbey of Kings, because the King's heal is too slow for these guys to get back to full. So instead, just send them back, and whenever they are fully healed, then you can put them back in the control group. And I think that's a much better way, because if you charge these guys into the fight, one spearman can just one-tap this knight and he will not be very useful. So yeah, but still, look at how much time it takes for the king to heal him back. So you can just bring them to the Abbey of Kings and heal them that way. But yeah, right now it seems like it's GG, because they are nowhere near. It seems like they are nowhere near Castle Age. And look at your economy. You can even go to Imperial from here. But yeah, I would advise that just try to re-macro better. Now you fix the rally point, that is good. But you have way too many farms. And you still have a few sheep here. So yeah, try to work on that macro once you get into the Castle Age. And something else. So I'm just gonna explain why it's so important to have a lot of wood, even though you're getting knights. Look at all the relics that are on the map. Or actually, you do have a monastery. I didn't see that. So yeah, you need wood for a monastery. You need wood for more military production buildings, and you need wood for blacksmiths. Right now, you don't have any blacksmiths. So yeah, that is something to consider. Let's see. So yeah, if you guys are a pre-made team, just let him know next time that he doesn't need a stable. He can just produce like 2, 3, 4 more archery ranges, and that way he can just produce way more Yumi archers than he has right now. Yeah, this whole army is completely countered by Yumi archers. Even the men-at-arms, because the men-at-arms are so slow that they will never be able to catch up to the archers. Nice raid. That's amazing. And this is the issue with infantry with infantry in team games. Yeah, your APM is limited. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. It just takes practice. It just takes practice, but that's why I recommend to always leave the. It seems like you're always changing the rally points from your TC. What I recommend you to improve your macro is to always just leave it on one point. Once you get to Castle Age, there's way too many things that you have to do. So instead of moving your rally point around, just leave it on the wood. Leave it on the wood. If you have too much wood, just take a group of 8 and build 8 farms. If you have too much wood and you need stone, then you take a group of 5, or I don't know how many you have here, 7, and build a mining camp, and they start mining stone. But I think it's much more APM light, or APM easy, I don't know how you can call that, to just leave the rally point on one spot, and whenever you are floating wood, you can do a lot of things with that wood. But if you're floating a lot of food, there's nothing you can do with food. The only thing that you can do with food, if you don't have military production buildings, is to build a market and sell, sell the food. But I don't recommend that. Instead, just leave the rally point on the wood, and that will be much better to control your macro. Oh, no. Okay, so now he's getting raided, but if the English loses all of this, it didn't seem like he lost a lot of villagers, and instead now, because all of his army is here, you took the advantage and got into his base, and now he doesn't have any units here to defend. That is amazing. I think you probably were talking and he told you that all his army was there, and that's why you raided. So that's pretty good decision making from both of you guys. Now look at all of these idle villagers. He has 25 idle villagers, and he just lost like another 30. But it seems like you did build a blacksmith somewhere. Okay, you did build a blacksmith. So yeah, but yeah. So right now you have a +1. I think if you're going to play knights, the +1 melee damage is also really good, because that means that knights will two-shot villagers. So something to take into account as well. They're trying to build a base in the middle, but I don't think that's going to work. I think something else that I can advise, I mean, I didn't take a look at the Dark Age that well, but make sure that you explore these sides, because these are, on these sides of the map is where your safer resources are. So in the cases where you guys are very pressured and have to play defensively, you actually don't know that there's a big gold here. And if these golds runs out, the only gold that he knows about are the front golds. But take a look at all the resources that are back here, and he probably will notice soon enough. But if this was a different game where you guys would have been playing defensively, try to always take a look at the back of your base, because there can be golds here or other things here. There's a big gold here. You have a bad gold here as well, and there's some deer that he's getting, but you actually did scout that. Yeah, it was GG a long time ago. They already lost a lot of villagers, and look at the income. Your income is extremely good. They are actually not getting any gold, any of them. So right now it seems like it's already GG, and you might be going for a second TC, not sure. But yeah, the thing that I can advise you to do is to try to do that macro thing that I talked to you about, so you can fix this 4,000 food that you have in the bank. And drop that second TC, yeah. Sorry, keep. I mean, the keep is still pretty good. It protects all of this woodline, but by this time you have a lot of map control and you have a lot of military units. So don't be afraid to go out on the map. This keep is good to protect you from raids, but you already have a white tower, right? So try to be a little bit more bold and put when you have stone for a keep. And it's like your first keep and there's still other resources like this, you can put the keep right here and it protects this big gold vein and this sacred site, and he is not going to be able to do anything about this because you already have raiding knights on the other side of the map, so they are already pretty occupied with your army. So you can try to be a little bit more bold next time. You're going for towers now, but there's no need. You could have put the keep here and start mining from this gold. Yeah, I secured the gold without knowing it was there. Yeah, yeah. So just yeah, the scouting on the Dark Age could have improved a little bit. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good game. You used your knights really effectively. I think the build order it can improve a little bit, but that's why I like that build a lot. The knights give you so much space, and the only thing that I can probably, I think the best thing that I can tell you there is the to put the TC rally point on the wood line, and whenever you need other resources, just take groups of woodworkers and put them on that resource. And I think that's much more easy to manage. So yeah, pretty good game, man. Let's do. Give me 1 second. Let's do 1 or 2 more because I have to leave. But yeah, let's keep going. With the Japanese Dark Age, pressure puts a lot of their attention on him and gives me chance to fast castle. Yeah, that is pretty good, and that is why it's also it's also pretty good with French, because French also can put a lot of pressure really early and gives you time to fast castle. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Okay, let's pick up the next one. Now we have 12 responses. Yeah, 12 responses. So let's pick up a number between 1 and 12. Number 10. Okay. Number 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lokimon. Desert Raiders versus Men at Arms. 1-1, I'm not sure who wins that, but Desert Raiders are more expensive and they have a lot of melee armor. Actually, take a look at this. I don't know if people know this, but Desert Raiders, they don't have any ranged armor, but their melee armor is extremely good. Where is it? Take a look at this. 5 melee armor. That means Men at Arms deal almost no damage to Desert Raiders. So I haven't tested it, but I think Desert Raiders, if they are on melee form, they might win. But they don't have health, but they are more expensive too. And the other thing is that that's on a straight up fight, but on a real scenario, you will never do a straight up fight with Desert Raiders against Men at Arms. You can just put them on ranged mode and just kite them infinitely. So Men at Arms will never win against Desert Raiders. That's my 2 cents on that. So Lokimon, let's take a look at your replay. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Okay, so Lokimon says... oh god. I need to look at this in sheets. But for some reason, there is no Lokimon here. So I think the sheets just got screwed up. So which one is it? It was number 10, right? Yeah, number 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. HRE versus French on last on Dry Arabia. Okay, that's not it. It might not be this one, because I think there's not 12 rows here, or is there? This is weird. Is it not this one? HRE versus French. Or maybe Lancaster versus Japan. Or Rocky River. Well, I wish Lokimon was here in chat. Maybe it's from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hill and Dale. Maybe he's the one that put any would do. HRE4 hole. I think so too. I think he meant French versus HRE versus second last game I played. So this one. It is the second last game I played, yeah. So it should be this one. Yeah, he probably mistook HRE for Lancaster. So yeah, let's take a look at this one. He didn't put anything on the other spot, so let's see. So he's playing Lancaster versus French. This is a wow, 32 minutes. I mean, it's still under 35 minutes, so that's fine. Let's put it on ×2. So Lancaster versus French. I think this is a good matchup for French. The reason I think that is because Lancaster, setting up your manners against French knights is really annoying, but you actually got an extremely good spawn here. You got a goal that is protected by this woodline, and you can put easily a wall here, and now your villagers are only going to be accessible from this side. However, your stone is really far away, and now that I think of it, this might be pretty bad, because if you're going Lancaster Castle, you cannot protect... The idea with Lancaster Castle is... It is better if you protect both the gold and the stone, but your gold and stone are really far away from each other. So that is... This is a good gold spawn, but not a good spawn for Lancaster in general. You might be able to get away by going onto this stone, but it seems that you're not going into stone yet. So I wonder what you're doing here. It's pretty interesting. School of Cavalry with 3 villagers. Mill. He might be going for professional scouts. Screen scrub. Yeah, I always forget about that. Sorry about that. Okay, now he goes into stone and he has to build a tower. This is a really good decision from you. Instead of going naked, you build a tower and you fix the knight problem. But it seems like your opponent is taking his time to age up. He is going wheelbarrow instead. I thought he was going professional scouts. And you're getting your stone. Okay, so first thing I can tell you is that your build needs a little bit of work. Because it seems like you're going for stone, for manors. But you're also getting a lot of gold. If you want gold, it is because of 2 things. Because you want the Demi-Lancers, or because you want to age up. But right now, you cannot age up with 4 on food, right? And you cannot get Demi-Lancers because you don't have manors yet. So I think your build needs a little bit of work. You could have had a manor or 2 already built by this point. So I suggest you work on that at first. This outpost is also not necessary. You can build. Yeah, so you're building a barracks and an outpost. I think the outpost is not necessary. That is just a waste of 100 wood. If you cancel this outpost right now, you will have enough on a manor in a few seconds. And instead of... I get that you might be worried about knights, but if you have spearmen, you can just defend that pretty easily. And he went for double scouts, so he is going for professional scouts, it seems. And he's going for stone. Okay, so your opponent here... I'm not sure if you're scouting, by the way. Where's your scout? Seems like you lost your scout, which is not good. Yeah, you did lose your scout. Have you covered any games by Liev? No, man. I don't think I have not. But yeah. Hey, Alejandro, how are you doing? I don't think I actually saw it on the forum. So yeah, if you want your a chance to get reviewed, make sure you fill the form that's on the description. So yeah, you're really scared of knights, and because you don't have a scout, you need to be really careful. Really careful of not losing your scout against French. The reason is because you don't know where the knight is, and because you don't know where the knight is, you're wasting a lot of resources doing walls and doing towers where you don't need them. And you fortified the outpost. I'm not sure why, because you don't need to fortify the outpost. He only has 1 knight, it seems. 2 knights at 6, almost 7 minutes. That is almost nothing. And if you had a scout, you would know how many knights he has. You can always put your scout here, by the way, or here, and you can see the knights coming out, and you will know if you're getting rushed or not. But right now you're wasting a lot of resources unnecessarily. So that's something that I can tell you. By this point, you should already be 3 manors up, and you should already be halfway to Castle Age or halfway to 6 manors. So yeah, something to take into account. So it seems like you're trying to take the berries. Oh yeah, because you ran out of... Oh, I think you ran out of sheep because you lost your scout and with all the sheep. So that is really bad. And it seems like you win this game, so I wonder... Right now you're in a terrible spot. and he's going to TCs. So he's going to be able to keep up in economy, because right now you only have one manor. So his economy should be much better once he finishes this, and he produces villagers much faster. So yeah, this is a terrible spot right now. By the way, when you have these guys walking that long distance, always put a secondary. Yeah, there you go. So you do it. So yeah. Now he has 6 knights. I like the position for the French player a lot more right now. Wow, this is a really strange position for his military buildings. He's not going to be able to catch them with the keep. Okay, let's see if you garrison. Okay, very nice. So some people are never looking at the at where the opponent is raiding, so that is very nice that you are paying attention. Right now, I think French 2TC is not a powerful build order. Yeah, I think so too. And there are a lot of reasons why. I mean, if he didn't go to TC, he would have had like 10 more knights, and he can actually just go straight. He's very scared right now. He's very scared, and he has no reason to be. You only have 8, 9. Okay, I like around 11 spearmen. You could just go in, the French player can just go in, kill this villager, kill some more here, and then still get out without getting much damage to his units. If he didn't have 2TC, he could have had maybe a blacksmith and 10 more knights, and yeah, it would have been pretty bad for our Lancaster player here. I think Lokimon was behind a second ago, but now he's up to 6 manors. But I mean, the French player, I think the French player is not making good decisions, because with these many knights, he can clear all the spears that he has here. He only has 6 spears, and then he can click on the outpost and kill it with just the knights. But instead he decided to go into 2TC, so that gives a little bit of a breather to Lokimon. Fully upgraded under stone, managing the game with a mana boom feature. Yeah. Yeah, he's more scared than he should be. Like, these 7 spearmen would get absolutely destroyed by 15 knights. But now you're moving your spearmen really well. Imagine if he went into archers. And he's picking spearmen. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if that's a misclick or what, but not what I would have elected to go for. But yeah, your army positioning is really good. You have 2 groups of units, one that is protecting one side and one that is protecting the other. So really good positioning from your. Now you get the demi-lancers. Let's see what you do with them. Okay, you're rallying here. I hope you're not using them for defending. These guys should always be on the other side looking for damage, because these guys are actually shit in a battle. Demi-lancers do absolutely no damage. Look at this damage. That is less damage than a spearman. So these guys are doing absolutely nothing by being here. The demi-lancers should be always on the other side of the map, trying to look for damage on villagers. And whenever you get chased by a few knights, then you go away. But these guys standing here is not the play. And also this horseman, you're going horseman. Okay, he does have archers. So let's see what happens here. That is a lot of spearmen. 51 spearmen in the Dark Age is crazy. I think I've never seen that in a 1v1. But yeah, that's pretty good. And he's making a mistake here because he's making the rams. I'm not sure what he's trying to attack. He should be attacking this side, but I don't think he has vision. Yeah, he doesn't have vision of this gold. So, wow, his army is really strong. I don't think your army beats yours. His army should beat yours, sorry, is what I was trying to say. If he has good micro with the knights. If he just moves the knights into the spearmen, then he loses. But let's see how this plays off. He's going for the TC. Okay, so your opponent is not microing the archers, which is really bad. And his knights are doing absolutely nothing. They're just running around. All you need to do, this is why I love Horseman Spearman combo for low elo, is because you only have to A move, and if your opponent does not micro, then he's done. But yeah, all you need to do is A move. He didn't micro well in that fight. That was a terrible fight for the French player. Now the Lancaster player has the advantage by a mile, by the way. Now, okay, this goes for everyone, by the way. Whenever you win a fight like this so decisively, your opponent most likely will go back and will try to defend. The reason why that is because they have less units now than you, so you can take this advantage to secure your base even more. So something you can do is take three villagers from here, wall this off, and now your base is completely secured. You can also wall this off, and now there's absolutely nothing the French player can do to you. He is going for a wall. Actually, he already walled a long time ago, but now you have the map control and space, sorry, to do whatever you want. So from here, I hope you go into castle. And again, these horsemen, every time you have cavalry and you have space, always use them to go around the base. Look at these villagers just standing there waiting to get raided. And yeah, look at all of this. He doesn't have a single tower around his base. You can even take the horsemen and break this TC because your horsemen, the hovelers have a lot of ranged armor. They can just break this TC really easily. So yeah, that is something else that you can start doing. King's College. So I assume you're going spearmen and hovelers. With the hoveler upgrade, really good. I like this composition a lot because it's really easy to micro. All you have to do is A move. When you choose like that, does it mean you give up those 2-3 villagers unprotected along? No, you don't have to. I mean, I'm not talking about leaving them unprotected. Every time you go build a wall, you need to move your army with it. And if they decide to attack because you just won a fight, then your army is going to win, right? Because you have more units. But the reason I say that you build a wall with 2-3 villagers is you go for it immediately after you win a fight. But he took way too long, and you can always just move your army with them to protect. But that is also why you need to have your scout alive, because if you have your scout right now, he has absolutely no vision besides what's on his base. But if he had a scout, he can keep tabs on the knights, and that way you can use that opportunity to use the villagers, and then you get the wall. But yeah, you're right. If in a regular situation, but I mentioned it because he just won a fight. So if he just won a fight, you will have space to do whatever you want. So yeah. But if he didn't win a fight, if the French player still had all his units, then it would be a really bad idea to just go blindly and build a wall. So yeah, this is the thing here. This is why I love this composition. It seems like they are both having issues microing their units, but because his composition is an A move composition, he doesn't need to micro anything. Look at his knights. Like, there are like 30 total knights in his army, and 20 of them were doing absolutely nothing because he was not microing them correctly. And this is an amazing fight for the French player because he has archers and you do not. So in this case, this wall is working for his advantage, but he didn't micro his knights correctly, so he just lost almost like half of his knights there. Now all Lokimon has to do is just go back. Now he's just losing units because he has archers and he just lost all his horsemen. Yeah, and now he's microing his archers. He was not microing his archers before, but now he is. Okay, he goes for the back line, which is good. And our spearmen are on archers and horsemen are on knights. That is not what you want to do. But it seems like he has so much economy now that he can just afford to do that. He's 9 manors now. And this is really funny. I wonder if he sees the villagers there, but he's not doing anything about it. Veteran Royal Knights. And let's see what he aged up with. Where is his... Okay, he went Royal Institute. But it seems like he went to Castle Age a lot sooner, and he's not... This landmark is doing absolutely nothing for him because he didn't get Royal Bloodlines and he's not using it for getting any of the upgrades. So Lokimon has an advantage here, even though he just lost like 100 spearmen. But even though he's losing, the reason he's winning the game in economy is because he doesn't micro anything. While his opponent has to micro archers and knights to be effective with his army, Lokimon only needs to keep producing units and aim move onto the opponent. Let's see the income. Yeah, the Lokimon's income is way ahead. Way ahead. He's 1,000 food income ahead from the French player. And these farms actually hurt French a lot because they cost a lot of food. Now he's adding longbowmen, which is amazing, because now he can deal with the archers. So archer, spearman, hoveler. He's still losing fights though. Yeah, knights are way too strong, and these are unupgraded knights. He still doesn't have the plus 80. He still doesn't have royal bloodlines and cantled saddles. So the whole game, the French army has been way better, but it seems like he's not microing them correctly, and he's losing economy behind it. Okay, something that you need to do. Now you already know, so this is for Lokimon. You already know that you lost the fight. These units are most probably dead. You lost the fight. Now what you need to do is re-rally everything. Like, look at your military buildings. They're just running towards a ball of knights and you're losing them one by one. And this is not what you want to do. You need to take all of your buildings like this and place them on, I don't know, a central point, like this keep or your TC or something else. But every time you guys lose a fight, and you know that all of these units are doomed, re-rally absolutely everything to a safer point, because now all of these units are going to die one by one, unless he goes back, of course. But yeah, all of these knights are really damaged, but he's not able to kill them because he's rallying everything in a Congo line. Okay, now he fixed the rally point, which is fine. Yeah, that dripping is what ends up killing you. That's a really good way of putting it. And you're still not using your horsemen effectively. Like, yes, I said that this is a really good comp because you can just A move and that's it. But you need to use your cavalry effectively. Imagine if you had this group of hovelers going around and killing all of these villagers. Then your opponent needs to split his army to defend on two sides while he is attacking. But yeah, always, if you have cavalry, always use your cavalry to raid. Don't just move them along with your army like this. He's going for battering rams. That goes for the French player too. I mean, he could have been. He doesn't have walls yet. He could just get all his knights, go around and kill all of these farms. Will it not be better in caster mod at this stage? You're right. I forgot that I can put caster mod on 1v1s. We were doing team games before, so that's why I didn't have this on. But yeah, you're right. So let's see. Now we have. Look at the economy, by the way. Now the French is. The French player is getting much better, but his army is really weak. Let's see how this fight goes. Okay. That is an amazing surround. And it seems like it worked just by going around this wood line on an A move. Yeah, he's still on an A move like that. The A move never fails, man. Okay, so now the French player has a lot more economy, it seems, or at least equal economy, but no army. And this should be GG. I don't think he microed that, by the way. I think he just A moved and the French player didn't move away from his horses. But yeah, that was an amazing fight for Lokimon. He just surrounded everything and then he didn't have anywhere to go. Now you start killing buildings. Okay. This is a very common thing that happens. Like you don't know what to do with your units once you have control, right? What you can do is, again, take a group of units, whatever. It doesn't matter if it's horsemen or spearmen or archers, whatever. Just take a group of units. You just want to fight. You have 3 times the size of your enemy's army. You can take a group of army and start raiding all around his base, while the main army of yours is still in the front. So that's something that you have to do. But right now you don't even know where his economy is. But anyhow, that fight was just way too good for Lokimon at this stage. And yeah, GG. A move MVP, yeah. So yeah, guys. I think this was a very good game defensively. You were using your spearmen really well. You were splitting your spearmen. What I see very commonly is that people move the spearmen or their units in one big ball all around their base to defend, but you were having your spearmen on your gold and your stone, so that was pretty good from you. But what I would recommend is that you work on your build, because on your build and your scouting, because first you lost your scout. So I thought, I mean, losing your scout with the sheep to a French player is in high level, that is pretty much GG. but you were able to survive anyways. So be very careful with your scout. Never lose it. It's very important, especially against French, because you need to know where the French knights are. So the scout is extremely important against French. So yeah, that for one side. The second thing is you need to work on your Dark Age build, because it took you like 7 minutes to complete your, or 8 minutes to complete your third manor, and you can have your 3 manors before the 6-minute mark if you have a really good what is it? A really good build. So yeah, work on that. Your Spearman micro was on point, and it looks like you are taking advantage of Hoveler Spearman because it is easier to micro. But whenever you have a lot of Hovelers, you need to use them to raid, or a lot of cavalry in general. Use them to raid. Don't just stand there with your knights or your cavalry on your base. You need to start going around the map doing damage. So yeah, that's just the things that I have for you. And something else, actually, I just remembered. You use the Demi-Lancers to defend. Demi-Lancers are complete garbage, are complete shit. They do less damage than a Spearman, and they don't have that much HP either. So you use the food and gold to get the Demi-Lancers out, but you use them to defend, and you already have like 60 Spearmen and a lot of Hovelers too to defend. You can use those Demi-Lancers to just go around the base, like I mentioned before, and cause idle time, cause damage, cause whatever you want, but you need to use those Demi-Lancers to give you some space. So yeah, GG's anyways. Alright. So yeah, thank you guys for the follows, Larello and BO09. And let's get into the last replay, because I have to go after this one. Let's see, we have 13 responses. Let's pick a number within 1 and 13. I think number 4 we already did. I'm pretty sure that that already came out. But I don't remember Genghis can't actually, so maybe we do that one. Okay, Genghis can't. Not sure if you're in chat, but let's see your replay. Okay, let's see. Hey Barca, how are you doing? Is it this one? Rus versus Delhi on Rocky River? The Message Man? Yeah, I assume it is this one. Okay, so you said on the 25th, Rus versus Delhi on Rocky River. I don't see it here. Oh, it was last month. Okay. Rus versus Delhi on Rocky River. Okay, perfect. Okay, amazing, amazing. Lee Bowyer. Okay, Rus versus Delhi, I think, is very good for Delhi. The reason why it's good for Delhi is because Rus doesn't have... Rus always wants to go into Castle Age, right? Always, always, always. So... But Delhi, if you let them stay in feudal for too long, Like you have to fight in feudal against Delhi. You have to, because otherwise they will get 3 sacred sites. They will still make units. So if you go professional scouts here, it might be without units. It might be really bad because he will have gassy raiders and spearmen and archers to counter that. Thanks for the follow, man. And it is a very bad matchup in my opinion. I have a very low win rate against Delhi as Rus, and Rus is my strongest civilization. So let's see what you do here. So you're going for the 2 hunting cabins, which makes me think that you're going for professional scouts. And you need to make units. Like you have to go professional scouts, but you will need to make at least a barracks and something else, depending on what he does. So let's see what you do here. So you took 7 sheep. Your scouting pattern is really good, and it seems like you only went for 2 scouts instead of 3. I always recommend 3, even if the map is better. Like even if you don't need it, I always recommend 3, because then you will have a lot of leftover food for when you get professional scouts. So let's see here. You go for Golden Gate with 4. So it seems like you're going for my build. Or actually, I don't know if you saw it, but yeah. So 5 on wood, that's good. And 6, and your rally point on food, that's great. Amazing. Let's see what your opponent is doing. Yeah, if you're not used to it, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I do understand that 3 scouts can be really micro intensive. So he's going for Dome of Faith. Okay, so that's just a standard thing to do. This is a really hard matchup. Let's see how you handle it. I didn't see if this is a loss or a win actually, so not sure about that. We'll see. Okay, so now you go, you sell, and you get 420 professional scouts. That is amazing. That is the perfect timing. And now you're getting the scouts. So let's see how many scouts you have right now. 1, 2, 3, just 2. Okay, so you missed something. You have you have this much food because you missed the 2 scouts during the A-shop. That is really important because now one of your hunting cabins is occupied with the professional scouts, and now you can only produce scouts from 1 hunting cabin. So you will have a little bit less scouts, but it's really not a big deal. So you have 3 right now. Let's see what he's doing. He doesn't have a military building yet. Okay, he's going for stable. Nice. And let's see where you are getting the deer. This guy is going to get the sheep. And you do go for a barracks, which is the correct play. That is very good from you. And now you're probably going to steal something here, or you're just looking. Okay, this is why in the build I mentioned that you should always have one. This is great, by the way. You should always have 1 scout looking around their base. It's because from their point of view, they don't know if this scout is going to steal a deer or not. So what he's doing is he's chasing yours. He's looking for your scout. He doesn't see it, by the way, but he's looking for it. And he instead of denying your professional scouts, he's just standing there doing nothing. So this is why I always think this scout here is really good. Now you have a couple of spearmen. And let's see. This is a very hard matchup, by the way. Okay. Nice. I think you're gonna lose this scout, but no problem. You're still getting deer, which is good. But and from here, you're getting houses, and I think. Okay, so it seems like you're going straight for Castle Age. I would advise that at this time you get a stable, or at least with this scout that was here, you should be looking at what other military production buildings he has. So let's say your scout was here, and you would scout this this archery range. Because he has an archery range, you build a stable. If he had barracks instead, then you build an archery range and you defend with spearman archer. But right now it seems like you're going straight for castle, and I think this is not the correct play. You should stay in feudal, because now he will get free reign over the sacred sites. Oh, look at this scout. He's like inside the forest there. So yeah, I tried a lot of variations of Rus builds against Delhi, and it seems like staying in feudal is always the correct choice. This is also something else that I see very often, because you don't have any units. You only have the units you need to defend your professional scouts. Now he's able to wall like this, and he will probably do the same on these walls as well. But here's the issue: you're getting into castle, and he's getting into castle as well. Let's see his resources. He's almost there. But imagine if you were making units. If you were making units, he cannot go into castle, and he cannot grab any of the relics. He's already prepping for that, as you can see here. Yeah, this one is also probably going to grab this one. And because you gave him so much space, he's able to get into castle without mining that much gold, because he has 2 sacred sites. And he could probably get this one if he wanted to, because he has archers and you only have a very few spearmen. He tried to get it, but without any cover from his army. But if his army was here, he could be getting this one as well. So I always recommend to fight in feudal against Delhi. Okay, so you get a stable, an archery range, another barracks. Okay, so now the transition into Castle Age as Rus against Delhi. You need to have spearmen and crossbows. A lot of crossbows, especially because they will get knights and they will get elephants. And right now you're producing knights, which is fine for now, but I would advise you to go horsemen instead if you have a stable. The reason why horsemen are better is because knights, if he already has Gassy Raiders, right? And Gassy Raiders have increased damage against heavy units, so knights are going to be able to deal with knights as effectively, but not as effectively against horsemen. And horsemen will help you against both Gassy and both the archers that he already have. So you should do a composition similar to what our Lancaster player did on the previous game, which is spearmen and horsemen. And once you see that he's starting, that he gets into Castle Age, you start adding crossbows, a lot of crossbows. So yeah, now he's getting a House of Learning. And this is the issue, he's not that very far behind from you. And he's 2 sacred sites up. But you're getting a lot of deer, that is very good. He's not denying the deer very effectively. But now he will get all of the relics. Look at that. He already has 4 relics. If you had units in the feudal age, you would be able to deny these. So yeah, I always advise you to stay in feudal against Delhi, even if you are a fast castle civilization like Rus. Yeah, horsemen are better. I do think. I mean, knights are not bad, but you will eventually have to fight Gassy Raiders and elephants, and when that happens, knights are going to do absolute shit. He almost got the 5th relic though. I hope you get that one, because Delhi with 4 relics is really, really scary. And yeah, because he has map control, he's able to wall everything. And you're going into Spearman, which is the correct choice, that is good. But you're not adding the crossbows, and he will soon start. He's not adding elephants though, so probably the crossbows are not the correct play right now. Oh, he already has an elephant. Okay. So yeah, you do need the crossbows, because spearmen are not going to kill these elephants. The crossbows are the ones that kill the elephants. So you need to start getting crossbows like ASAP. Now, what do you do with these knights now that you have them? You already have a lot of spearmen here, so these knights should be either decapturing this. Okay, it seems like you're going for that. Or getting some damage done. The other way that I've seen Rus beat Delhi before is by raiding like a crazy man, raiding non-stop, because his army is really slow. He has archers, he has a few Gazi raiders, but he's going to start making elephants now. And when he has elephants, his army is going to be extremely slow, so you need to keep raiding. Look at all of these villagers that are just waiting there, waiting to get destroyed. But this is not the play. This elephant alone is going to clean up all of your spearmen. Let's look. He's not microing it correctly, but if he was killing your spearmen, he would be winning right now. He's actually targeting the knights. That was a terrible fight by the Delhi player, and you still lost the fight. Imagine if he was microing correctly. And imagine if he had a few priests there healing the elephant. That was a terrible fight micro-wise from the Delhi player, and you still lost it. This is why I believe Rus is terrible against Delhi. It's because you don't have anything to kill this shit. You only have spearmen and crossbows. But your cavalry should be raiding all around the base. They should not be fighting at this time. He's starting the OP composition? Yeah, this is the issue. Like, there's nothing Rus can do against this. Because Rus has horse archers and knights. And horse archers deal nothing against elephants, and they lose to archers as well. And he's adding a few crossbows as well, because you have knights. But yeah, there's nothing you can do against this without crossbows. And I don't think you still have... Yeah, you don't have a single archery range right now. So that is the issue. Yeah, look at all of these villagers that are just exposed. You should be using these knights to raid. So you have 12 knights. Put six knights here, 6 knights here, and then his elephants are useless because his elephants have 1 movement speed. He cannot go back with the elephants to defend. Okay, now you're raiding. But the issue is you already lost a pretty big fight, and you don't have enough spearmen, and you don't have crossbows, so he can just move into your base here. So this raid is good, but it is too late, unfortunately. Okay, here another thing. This is a really common mistake that I see very often. There is no reason for you to attack here. He's the one attacking, and you have a defensive advantage. Your army should be here. Like right here, beside the TC and the wooden fortress. If you think that he's going to attack from this side, just take all of these villagers and move them to this woodland right here. You don't have to attack, just give yourself time to build up your army, because you have the defensive advantage. He needs to rally all of his units all the way from his base to your base to keep attacking. Well, in the meantime, you only have to rally, like, your rally is here. Your rally should be back here. You only have to rally back here, and that way your army is only going to get much bigger than his. And in those cases, he doesn't have anything to attack but into your TC and into your defenses. So this right here is a very bad move. And yeah, because you don't have crossbows, there's nothing to kill the elephants, and he can just aim move them into your base. So I believe this is just GG right there. So yeah, this raid, amazing. This is what you should be doing, but from the start of the game, of the castle age, sorry. And when you see an elephant, you just run away and look for another target. But now it seems you panicked and you sent everything towards your base to defend. But yeah, everything is just cleaned up. The villagers are moved way too slow. So yeah. Now the elephants are... Look at the elephants are just a problem, man. This is the issue. This is the issue. Like, if you don't have crossbows, there's nothing that will kill these elephants. Yeah, I mean, he can actually... He can just delete all of his villagers, and it wouldn't have mattered because you don't have an army that is going to kill the elephants. So you had an amazing start. You managed to get a 420 professional scouts timing, which is really fast for Rus. And let me see which one was it. It was Rocky River, I think. So your start was really amazing. If we see the resources, you were winning by a lot. You were actually winning the whole game. But once, the first thing is stay in feudal. Stay in feudal against Delhi, because you will not be able to kill Delhi without denying their sacred sites in feudal age. He could have gotten the third sacred site if he was a little bit more willing to do so, because you only had 6 spearmen and he had like 10 archers and a few gassy raiders. So if he just took all his army into the third sacred site, he could have captured that as well in the feudal age. So you need to fight in feudal age against Delhi. Now, once you get into castle age, you need crossbows, spearmen, and horsemen. Not knights. I mean, you can do knights, but I think horsemen are better, because horsemen deal better with against archers. And horsemen, you can mass them much quicker, and you can use them to raid. And because they have more mobility than the knights, if he's chasing you with a lot of units, it's much easier to get out of the raid with your horsemen. And the spearmen and crossbows are going to deal with the elephants. So that is the thing. If you don't have crossbows, there's no way you will beat elephants against the Delhi. But yeah, you were winning in resources, even with all of that damage that you took. But yeah, that's the 3 things: fighting in feudal, army composition, and raid like a crazy man. Because if they have elephants, Delhi, they will not be able to chase your horsemen. So he will have like a big ball, a big indestructible ball of units, but which is a really slow ball of units, so he cannot chase your raids, your raiding party. So yeah, that is the 3 things that I would advise you to do. So yep, hope that helped. Jorge, ya me toca ir a trabajar. Entonces, si quieres luego te la reviso, pero ya ahorita sí ya me toca ir. So yeah, that was it. I think we were able to review 5 games. Thanks a lot for the review. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I knew you were costeño, yeah. So yeah, let's see. How many guys do we have? We have 8 viewers on Twitch. Who do we raid? I know it's only 8 viewers, but let's raid someone anyhow. Let's see who we have. Age of Empires 4. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, man. Yeah, just remember, guys, if you want, I will clean up this form right after this this stream. So remember, if you want to get picked next time, remember to fill it again. So so we have more the chance for more people to get reviewed. So yeah, Faye, I don't think he's. Oh yeah, he is. He's streaming. Okay, let's go to Faye. Alright, guys. Thanks for coming by, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.